Hi everybody, my name's Ed. In today's video we're going to discuss home remedies for herpes. There seems to be a lot of people out there searching the internet for home remedies. So I thought I'd help everybody out, put together a short video and tell you guys about the various home remedies that I know about. But before we get into all that, I just want to let you guys know, if you haven't figured this out already, I'm not a professional actor. I surely don't have a lot of experience doing, really live videos like this. So, forgive me if I am stumbling over my words or searching for things to say. So, well, kind of like that, look over that if you would. So, but before we get too much into it, I want to tell you a little bit about myself. Like I said, my name's Ed. I'm 48 years old. I live just outside of Houston, the great state of Texas. I have 2 beautiful children, and I'm married to a very lovely woman. I'm also the founder of a very special herpes-related website. It's called livingwithgenitalherpes.org. And I'm also the creator of what I think is one of the best programs available on telling a partner that you're dating that you have herpes. I call this one the Herpes Talk. And if you've ever been faced with it, you know that it's a pretty daunting task to tell a partner that you have herpes. So I encourage you to check out that website as well. Both the website addresses are listed at the bottom of the description box just below this video. So without further ado, further fluff and self-promotion, let's get down to the subject at hand, the home remedies for herpes. There are many different home treatments for herpes that can be found on the internet, but the biggest question that most people have is, do they actually work? Well, the answer is relatively simple. It depends. And what I mean by that is that herpes is an extremely individualized virus. It affects people differently. What works for me may or may not work for you, and vice versa. Something that may knock the socks off your symptoms and outbreaks may be utterly useless to mine. And most of the statistics surrounding the effectiveness of most treatments, be it antiviral prescriptions, home remedies, or all naturals, are based on averages. Whether they work for you or not is just something that you're going to have to try and see for yourself. And you also need to realize that you may have to go through and try several different treatments and variances of each treatment before you're going to discover just the right combination that works for you. First of all, I'd like to introduce you to a few of the most popular home remedies for herpes that are online today. And I just want you guys to know that all of these remedies can be easily found either around the house, at your neighborhood grocery store, the pharmacy, or even a health food store. First, and probably the most popular, is lysine. If you've done any kind of research at all, then you've probably run across this home remedy before. How it works is, in a nutshell, lysine is an essential amino acid that is said to block the effects of another essential amino acid, arginine. Arginine is basically food for herpes, and it's a required amino acid for the herpes virus to become active, grow, and survive. The primary benefit of lysine is its ability to inhibit the metabolism of arginine. There have been some scientific studies that show that when lysine is consumed in adequate doses, it will slow down or retard the growth of the herpes virus. This means that when you take lysine supplements in the correct doses, your herpes outbreaks typically heal a lot faster and happen a lot less often. Now, before you go out there and get too excited about lysine, there have also been scientific studies that show that lysine has no effect at all. And from my own personal experience, I found that taking lysine really didn't help me that much. In fact, I experienced some pretty bad side effects a few years ago that led me to trash every bottle of lysine supplements I had in the house. Now, I'm not saying this to discourage you from trying it out, but rather you need to do the proper research and find out some of the side effects of taking lysine in the dosage that's required to to help you out on your herpes outbreaks. The second most popular home remedy that we're going to discuss today is Epsom salt baths. Now, what is Epsom salt? Well, Epsom salt is made up of magnesium sulfate, which is a naturally occurring mineral that's found in water. An Epsom salt bath is one of the most effective home remedies there is, and it can help with many of the associated symptoms of genital herpes, including uncomfortable pain and itching. An Epsom salt bath can cleanse, it can soothe, and it can dry your herpes sores. It also helps ease stress, improve your sleep, concentration, and oxygen use. And everybody knows that stress and fatigue are often considered to be contributing factors of a genital herpes outbreak. Including an Epsom salt bath at the end of each day could reduce the frequency of herpes outbreaks. Now, to prepare an Epsom salt bath, simply put a large handful of Epsom salt into your warm bath water and mix it all around. Then get in the bath and bathe for about 10 to 20 minutes. The great thing about Epsom salt is it's readily available at most grocery stores and pharmacies, and you can buy it online. And what I like about it most is that it's pretty daggone cheap too. You can buy a 5-pound bag of the stuff or a 10-pound bag of the stuff for about $5. So it's really something easy, it's very effective, and it can help you in many different ways besides herpes outbreaks. Okay, so far we've discussed two of the most popular and probably the most effective herpes home remedies that you can find out there today. But from here on out, we're going to discuss some of the ones that are least popular or least known. The first one we're going to discuss is emu oil. Emu oil has been used for pain relief and faster healing of blisters for a long time. The great characteristic about emu oil is that it's very quick to penetrate the skin, and it has many anti-inflammatory properties. But most importantly, it has two of the most powerful antioxidants, vitamin E and vitamin C. When emu oil is used alone, it can help lessen the pain and maybe speed up the healing of an outbreak. Now, I believe the real power of emu oil is when it's combined with other known natural antiviral minerals such as tree tea oil. The next remedy that we're going to discuss is Decidin Baby Rash Cream. Now, you can use similar generic products or similar products altogether, but what the baby rash cream does, it soothes the herpes blisters, it soothes the pain, it relieves some of the burning, and it keeps the blisters dry. Therefore, it promotes faster healing. Another pretty popular home remedy that people tell me about and ask me about through one of my websites is Tylenol PM tablets, or any kind of other sleep pain reliever, such as Advil PM, or even some of the generic ones you can find. To use this, you want to make sure that your genital area is clean and dry. You'll take 3 or 4 of those tablets and crush them up into a fine powder. You want to apply a drop or 2 of hot water to the powder and mix it into a paste. Now be careful not to add too much water. The mixture needs to be as thick as possible. The next thing you will do is apply the paste and ensure that the entire area is completely covered. And then lie down and let the paste dry for a few minutes. Don't put on your clothes until the paste is dry. Now, I'm not sure what the significance around the sleep pain reliever is. I can wrap my head around just pain reliever to help with the pain of it, but I'm not sure what the significance of the PM part of it is. Now, personally, I've never used this remedy, but like I said before, it's pretty popular out there. A lot of people come to my websites by typing in this search term, and I've also had quite a few emails about it from visitors to my sites. The next remedy we're going to discuss is apple cider vinegar. You want to apply the apple cider vinegar twice daily using a cotton ball directly to the affected area during an outbreak, but it's also effective during your pre-outbreak stage. one of the ways that I love to use apple cider vinegar is I'll add a splash or two of it to my Epsom salt bath, kind of getting a double whammy there. I don't really have an exact measurement. I just take the bottle and kind of throw some out there, and I do it twice. It seems to help me pretty well. The next thing, the next remedy we'll discuss is oldie but a goodie, baking soda. Baking soda has many benefits, but it's most beneficial in its ability to dry out and relieve the pain of herpes sores. And you want to begin by soaking in a hot bath. And again, I use, I'll soak in my Epsom salt bath for about 15 to 20 minutes. After you get out, you want to dry the affected area by patting with a towel, or if that's too painful, use a fan or a blow dryer. Just make sure the blow dryer is set at the cool setting, or you're going to be in for a pretty bad surprise there. Prepare a thick paste using baking soda and water. Apply the paste to the affected area using a Q-tip or something similar, and this can be done for up to 3 times per day. The next remedy we'll discuss is hydrogen peroxide treatments. You want to go to your pharmacy or grocery store and buy the 3 to 5% solution. Women, you want to use it as a douche when you first begin to experience your prodronal symptoms. The peroxide will kill any harmful bacteria or virus that's present inside of you. It will not harm any of the helpful bacteria that's needed in the vagina. That's very good to know for you women. Now, men, you can also use hydrogen peroxide. What you'll do is pour a little bit on a cotton ball and rub it directly onto the blisters or the sores. Now, I use this. I used it the last time I had an outbreak. Worked tremendously. It shortened my outbreak by at least 2 days. It's been a while since I've really tracked them. I don't get them as often as I used to anymore. But when I do get them, besides my Epsom salt baths, one of the next thing I'd reach for is hydrogen peroxide. And it really dries out the blisters and it speeds up healing really quick. And the next one is tea tree oil. Now, this is a very interesting home remedy because it has some natural antiviral characteristics which help speeds up healing. And if you didn't know, if you go to the doctor and what they'll normally prescribe for you to help with your outbreaks is an antiviral prescription. And this has those characteristics. It's said to help dry out blisters and relieve your pain. Although many people have had success using it to treat genital herpes, I think it works especially well on herpes around the lips and the cheeks. Okay, over the last few minutes, we've discussed some of the most common home remedies for herpes. But I just want you guys to know that there are many more that's out there that people claim to work fantastic. But you're going to find yourself spending hours upon hours scouring the internet, just trying to locate all of them. And when you do manage to find some that do look promising to you, you may or may not find the optimal ways of using them. For those of you who are finding yourself in that position, just like I was in the beginning, I just want you guys to know that there is a better way out there. For a complete list and a detailed description of how to use all kinds of all-natural and homeopathic methods to effectively control herpes outbreaks, then I highly recommend you pick up a copy of the popular book, Herpes Antidote by Natalie Foy. Natalie's a lot like me. She's not afraid to tell you that she has herpes. And she lays out a practical guide to help you cope and treat herpes naturally. For years she has studied and conducted extensive research into using all natural ingredients and homeopathic methods to control and even abort herpes outbreaks. The Herpes Antidote combines her intuitive knowledge with a rational and scientific approach and mixes it all together with a lot of care and compassion. The end result is truly a magical cocktail to bring people like you, me, and all of our other herpes brothers and sisters relief that we all deserve. So make sure that you check it out. It's a very, very good book. I highly recommend it. She'll, for a couple extra bucks, she'll also throw in some, a few other valuable bonuses. But it's, quite honestly, Uh, the bonuses, you know, she refers to the bonuses in her book, but you know, it's really not necessary that you pick them up. But you know, the cost to them is only a couple extra bucks. So anyway, it's been a pleasure presenting this video to you. I apologize for all the breaks and the uhs and ahs and stuff like that, but like I said, I'm not a professional. I don't do this all the time, although I'm going to try to do more of them, but I don't do them all the time. So, but anyway, thanks a lot. I appreciate your attention. If you would like, go ahead and leave some, you know, if you like it, leave us a like. If you don't like it, you know, don't do nothing. Just leave the page. But anyway, feel free to use the comment section below this video to add in more home remedies that you know of that work. And we'll see you later.